All right, what do you want to know? Yes, Steve's coming back. Okay. All right, so we'll put that to rest right away. He wants to be back, and we want him back. So before you guys start asking that question, we'll go ahead and let you B-roll that one. Okay. Well, we have to do. I mean, obviously, we have to make some changes and add some pieces, and it's really difficult, I think, to change your team twice during the season, and I think everybody knows that, and we're in agreement with that upstairs. That it's really difficult to change the team twice and know exactly what the chemistry would be over the course of a whole season through a training camp, but. Obviously we like some of the pieces that we added, and then we have to also add some additional pieces. I think we, obviously got to get a little better from the standpoint of being able to have a go-to guy where we don't count on Steve to create every play at the end of the game and to make every shot in situations like that. So that's something that we have to look at. I think we got to get better overall size-wise. But that if we add size, it has to be good players. We just can't add size to be adding size. So that's one of the areas that I think we've got to get a little better in. And then, we have to continue to get better defensively. I was a little bit probably disappointed this year because I thought we took a step back from where we were last year defensively. And we just got to get better in that area. But it started right at the start of the season. And then we got better after about the first 25 games. Actually, we did real well for a while, but then we reverted back a little bit. I think we just have to be able to consistently know what we're going to get night in and night out defensively, where, occasionally, I mean, obviously teams are going to shoot the ball well, and there's not going to be anything that you can do about it. I mean, we did it in L.A. Against the Lakers this year, where you just have one of those nights where, you make every shot, and we were one off the NBA record for threes, and then, you can have it work the other way where we go to San Antonio, 10 days ago or 2 weeks ago, and they make every shot, and you struggle. But for the most part, you got to have a general understanding of what you can get night in and night out defensively, and be able to have a game plan and know that it can be executed pretty much night in and night out. Yeah, I mean that's always a concern, especially the salary cap and the flexibility that you have there. But I think in some situations you just got to be kind of creative and maybe take a few chances here and there and see if it works out. So that's something that we'll sit down with. I'll sit down with Lon and Lance and Robert, and we'll try to come up with a game plan where. We can add some pieces that's going to be real positive as to what we're trying to do going forward.
Are you concerned at all about the team's will to find the claw scratch on a consistent basis?
Well, I disagree with we played hard most nights. We didn't play well most nights. But so I think that we played hard. I just think that our talent level wasn't enough to get us over the hump sometimes. We had a hard time closing games. If you go back and look at some of the situations that we had, we were in, you can pick out 5 games right now where we probably should have won them, and we probably would if we played them, 8 out of 10 times or 9 out of 10 times we probably would. The Detroit game, the Detroit game really sticks out in my mind where, we're up 14 points with 8 minutes to go. It doesn't matter where you're playing, you should win that game, and obviously Sacramento at home, and opening night we play Portland, we're up 15. There's just a bunch of games like that. But I think the biggest thing for me, and one of the other disappointments is that we just didn't play well at home, and we've been a very, very good home team over the last 6 years. We just never put together, a string of wins where, all of a sudden we're winning, 29, 30, 31 games at home. which is kind of what we've done over the last 5 or 6 years if you look at our home record. And we struggled there, and so it puts extra pressure on you to win on the road. And to be honest with you, it's probably the most difficult pro sport to win games on the road is the NBA. That's why it become real crucial to having home court, in the playoffs.
How tough of a year was it for Steve physically and emotionally?
Well, I said last night that to me, if you go back and look at Steve's stats and the way we played kind of up into the All-Star break, he played great. And then he was injured, and he never quite recovered from it. And the thing that I admire most about him is that he probably played in 12 games that the average player wouldn't play in. But he just felt like at the time, after the All-Star break, that if we were ever going to make a run for the playoffs, that he had to be out there and he had to try to help us. So I think when he's healthy, he's a very, very good player. He still led the league in assists. He's still one of those guys that they talk about, a 50-40-90 that, if you can do that, you've had a heck of a year. And, he still have a passion for playing. So, to me, when he's healthy, he's very, very good. And when he's not, obviously he's going to struggle, especially the injuries that he's kind of faced. They're all injuries, and that's just going to slow you down to doing what you can do as a basketball player. So, he didn't play well in some of those games, but he probably shouldn't have been playing in them at all, and he just felt the need to compete and try to do that for us.